Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. So I was just sitting down to edit our gender reveal and I realized I really didn't take hardly any footage that day. I was just so excited, living in the moment. So I decided I should probably film a little bit of some background info before I roll the tape so that you guys can kind of know what you're looking at. So if you've been following our journey, you know it was a bit of a struggle to get baby's gender. We had opted out of all the early ways you can find out, like the different blood tests and things like that, because we're like, oh, it's fine. We'll find out at the 20-week anatomy scan. It'll be great. So we actually scheduled our gender reveal party for like 21, 22 weeks, something around there, thinking that we'd have our anatomy scan, we'd get the results that day, hand it to my cousin to put the shower together, and just go with it. But we even had our anatomy scan early at 18 and a half weeks, but baby had its legs crossed. So the lady did not even have me try to like roll over or change positions or anything. She was like, "Aw, shucks, guess we can't find out." And so looking back now, I wish I would have pressed her on it a little bit more, but I didn't know at the time. So we just said, oh, there must be a ton of other ways to figure it out. Well, there's not. So then I called my OB's office and they're like, oh, actually, it's not medically necessary to find out the gender, so we can't really do much. And so what we ended up having to do, long story short, I went back and forth on if we should order one of those, the sneak peek tests online and do it ourselves, or go to one of those fetal photos places where all they do is like ultrasounds and whatnot. But the fear with the ultrasound was baby could have its legs crossed again, and then we'd be paying all that money for nothing. So we decided to just opt into one of the genetic tests that we had previously opted out of. It's called cell-free DNA. And that one basically just checks for chromosomal abnormalities. But alongside of that, in that checking, they can see the gender. So we're like, okay, that is like a blood test, like 100% accurate. I don't know if it's 100%, but blood tests are far more accurate. So we felt good about doing that. They said results generally take about 10 days. I think we had maybe 12 days from the time I took the test or like had the blood work done. And then by the time the lab received those results, we had exactly 10 days until the shower, which they promised 7 to 10 days after receiving the results. So we were like up against the clock. Long story short, we ended up getting the results the Friday before the gender reveal, which was on a Sunday. And the results were emailed to my cousin and she got going planning the whole party. So the theme of our gender reveal was cowboy hats or crowns, which I thought was so cute. So obviously cowboy hat for boy, crowns for girls. And so we had like a table of crowns and cowboy hats. And so everyone that came to the party, which I don't even know how many people it was, but there was like a ton of my local family members here. And then some friends, like some of our friends drove over an hour to be there. It was amazing. So much fun. We did kind of like potluck style. And then everyone had to either put on like a tiny cowboy hat or crown based on if they thought it was a girl or a boy. My cousin, who put on the shower, set up this whole thing in the backyard. There was a pallet with balloons on it. Only one of the balloons was going to have the confetti and the rest were going to be empty. You had to shoot at the balloons, get the right balloon, and only one of them would have the gender in it. So yeah, I'll go ahead and roll the video now. So, we're having a girl. We're so excited. As you guys knew, we were dead set that it was a boy. We had our boy name picked out. We were just like teetering on 2 middle names, but we were set. And I thought I had been buying gender neutral clothing and everything. But now that I'm looking at it through the lens of like I'm having a girl, I'm looking at that stuff and I'm like, no, this is boy clothes. This is not gender neutral. And so it's just so funny how even in my subconscious, I was like convinced it was a boy. So anyways, we're so thrilled to have a girl. We really thought it would take a few tries because boys run so heavy on Jordan's family. So we're having a baby girl. You can tell in the photos, Jordan is like absolutely stunned. Because like I said, we thought it was gonna be a boy. He even told me after the fact, he was like, I literally thought about what's my shocked face gonna be when we see it's a boy, because like we all know it's a boy, and then we see his like true shocked face because it's actually a girl. And I don't know if you'll notice it. I notice it just because I know, but unfortunately I found out the gender just before all the balloons and stuff. So my dear cousin who put it on, she had done such a good job. Like everyone had tried to get it out of her, like twisting her arm, and she like stood strong the entire time. Well, shortly before we all went outside, me and her were just talking. Like I obviously wasn't trying to get it out of her. Like I wanted the surprise. And so she asked me a question, something about like, are you feeling the baby move much? And I was like, oh yeah, baby's been moving so much. And she was like, has she? And then she was just like, she knew immediately what she had said. And I was like, nope, like roll on past it. Like I don't want to dwell on it. I want to pretend I don't know. Like I want to find out outside. Like I don't want to know right now. And so it was so funny. So so I knew, but I didn't let myself react in the moment. I was like, wipe it from my memory. I know nothing. Let's go outside. Let's do this thing. But yeah, I had already gotten like the shock of it about 30 minutes before that video that you just watched. So if looking back on it, like if you rewind and watch it again, I'm basically staring at Jordan's face the whole time, waiting for him to see what it is, because I already knew. So that is the story of our gender reveal. It was such an amazing day, so much fun, and I just still can't believe that I'm gonna have a baby girl. So we have so much work to do. I've already revamped my registry because like I said, my gender neutral definitely leaned more heavily on boy. So I've revamped it. I've got it all girlified now. So anyways, that is the update. I know I'm a little behind on pregnancy updates. So next week will be week 17 through 19. And then we'll be getting caught back up to every 2 weeks. So I debated on if I should do like 17 through 19 first and then this to kind of keep it all in chronological order. But Instagram already knows, and I felt like the YouTube fam should know as well, especially since we just did that gender predictions video a couple weeks ago. So anyways, it's a girl. We're so excited, and I will see you back here next week for more pregnancy updates. Thanks for watching.